Hey everyone, today I want to talk a bit about one of the newer weapons in Destiny, the Sleeper Simulant Heavy Fusion Rifle. This is a fusion rifle that goes in your heavy weapon slot. It fires a single laser, very similar to the Spartan laser from the Halo series. This weapon basically acts a lot like you'd expect from the Queensbreaker's bow, except it's a one-shot machine. It'll just basically take out anything that it hits. It also ricochets a bunch of times and can kill anything with the ricochets, including yourself. This dropped from a quest a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to talk about my Crucible experience with this gun. Not really talk too much about the PvE experience. It's a pretty nice gun in PvE, does a lot of damage. I've been using it in the raid to deal damage to War Priest quite a bit. Whenever basically I'm not using Touch of Malice, I usually have Sleeper Simulant on, and it seems to do a little bit more damage in case I run out of sniper ammo. Now, specifically in Crucible, what I found with this weapon is that it's very good and very deceptively good depending on how you play it. Now, in Crucible, your heavy weapons are basically, you can run a light machine gun, which are really good for kind of staying alive, getting streaks. The downside to them is that you can't pop around a corner, shoot it, and then get away to safety. You have to kind of engage people in a gunfight, and if their gun skill is just really good, they can kill you with a primary, or they can kill you with their heavy weapon. It takes a little bit longer to kill people with those kinds of guns. Now, on the other hand, a rocket launcher is very much you fire it, you forget about it, it's good to go. You don't get a whole lot of shots in them, especially with the heavy ammo boots being nerfed, and not a lot of people run those in Iron Banner. They do run them in regular Crucible. But you don't get a lot of rockets, and there aren't a lot of good Year 2 rockets running around. So, especially for Iron Banner, there was a lot more light machine guns running around than rocket launchers. Although, if you can get something with tracking, with tripod, it's usually pretty good. I think they changed the roles for those now. They make them a little bit more difficult to use. Okay, so again, back to Sleeper Simulant. This gun is really fun to use because you can pop around a corner like a rocket launcher and just peg someone with it, and they're going to die. It doesn't matter if they're a Sunbreaker Titan. It doesn't matter if they just rezzed. It doesn't matter. Whatever. It will kill them, basically. It does so much damage. It has max impact. The range is ridiculous. And it will ricochet. It will pierce enemies. It will get a bunch of kills. It's really nice. So the upside to it is that you can basically snipe people with it. It becomes a heavy sniper rifle as soon as that heavy ammo drop comes around, and you get 4 shots with it, which is more than you get with a rocket launcher most of the time. That makes it really useful. So now you're running around basically with 4-shot rocket launcher that insta-kills things from long range and instant kills the Titans, the Sunbreaker Titans, which is probably the biggest bonus to running the Sleeper Simulant, is that it one-shots the Sunbreakers with it. The ricochet doesn't really ever get any kills. There's a clip I have in here of me getting a double kill with it. It's one of the rare cases where you can pick off 2 people if they're right in line with each other. Generally, though, the ricochet will not kill a lot of people. That said, it does work pretty well. There's a clip of me losing to a rocket battle, but most of the time, I'm able to pop around the corner, get a kill, and then they can't return fire in time. It has an incredible amount of aim assist. This thing will kill people almost regardless of where you point the reticule. And it's definitely possible to miss your shots, but it's very rare, and in fact, it's very difficult to dodge. When someone shoots a rocket at you, you can usually get away from that rocket. With proximity grenades and horseshoes being nerfed, it's much harder to actually get that hit on someone with a proximity rocket, and if it's tracking, it's pretty easy to just run around a corner. With this, the travel time is pretty much instant. It always just goes right to them and kills them. They don't have time to dodge it. So as long as you've got a bead on them, you can just take them out right away. And that's what makes this gun so exciting and so useful in the Crucible. In particular, simply having all of that ammo means you're basically going to get 4 kills with it. And Mayhem modes, especially with all of these Sunbreaker Titans running around, I don't think there really is a better heavy weapon than this. Nobody's really using swords, and this will just basically cut through people if they happen to not be blocking at that exact moment. Now, they can be very careful with it and kind of time their blocking, because you do have charge time, and it does take a while to charge. So you have to be pretty careful with how you're charging it. and where you're charging it at, because you don't want to be standing out in the open and charging it. But a lot of times what I found is that people basically won't engage you. A lot of times they'll be trying to pull out their sniper because they'll see you basically standing still, not shooting at them, and then all of a sudden they're dead. And you don't recoil as much when you're shot as if you got shot by a sniper. So even if they see it starting to charge up, they might think, oh, they've got a sniper. No, you have a one-shot fusion rifle. So that even if they begin to return fire, you can still just fire it, and you'll generally get the kill, as opposed to a sniper rifle where you need to get the headshot. So I think it's a really, really good gun. There's a bunch of clips here of me getting kills with it, a little bit of kills when I'm running around with the spare change, trying to find a replacement for my hopscotch program. The new Iron Banner pulse rifle is pretty good for that purpose. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. If you haven't tried out Sleeper Simulant, please do so. It is really, really fun to use, and it's definitely different. When people see that red laser bouncing around, it's very funny. You'll see people kind of scatter in ways that you don't see them scatter when you're firing a rocket launcher or a light machine gun, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, again, thank you guys for listening, and until next time then.